In this presentation, we will look at what are statistics, what is the statistics process model, the meaning of important definitions like populations and samples, and a sample exercise. What are statistics? A statistic is a single piece of data from a portion of a population. For example, the average age of 100 students selected from a college which has a population of 1,000 students. Statistics is a branch of mathematics concerned with the study of data. It is a method or methodology. The science of collecting, organizing, summarizing, and analyzing information to draw conclusions or answer questions. Applying statistics. In this example, a new advertisement in May for ice cream resulted in 30% increase in sales in June and July. The advert was effective. In fact, ice cream consumption generally increases in summer months. One variable, advert, is being confused for another variable, time. Applying statistics. The more churches in a city, the more crime there is. Thus, churches lead to crime. Both churches and crime tend to increase with population. Both churches and crime are affected by that hidden third variable, population. Statistics involves a standard methodology or process model. There are 4 steps. The first step is to identify the research objective. Step 2 is to collect and record the data. Step 3 is to describe the data. And step 4 is to perform inference. For each step, we can present examples. For the research objective, an example would be to determine the percentage of voters who think Brexit is bad for Ireland. To collect and record the data, survey 1,007 adults, of whom 714 say yes. Then to describe the data, the description is that 71% of the sample say that Brexit is a bad idea. Then we perform inference. Researchers are 95% certain that 7 in 10 Irish people think that Brexit is bad. This course is based around the standard process model. The first step, identifying the research objective, is not covered. That will be presumed and given to you. Step 2, collect and record the data, will be covered in the first topic, Introduction to Statistics. Step 3, describe the data, will be covered in the topic called Descriptive Statistics. And step 4, perform inference, will be covered in the topic Inferential Statistics. There are a number of fundamental concepts in statistics. First is the experimental unit, or subject, the object upon which we collect data. Then we have a population, which is all items or all subjects of interest. Thirdly, we have a variable. A variable is a characteristic of an individual experimental unit. Fourth, we have a sample. A sample is a subset of the units of a population that we have collected to work on. And finally, we have the difference between a statistic versus a parameter. These are both attributes, but a statistic is an attribute of a sample, and a parameter is the same attribute for the whole population. Let's take a look at a practical sample of populations and samples. The population here in this case is all cars. The sample is items which are taken from the population. So for example, in the sample we have 6 cars, and in this case 3 of them are dark. So 50% of the cars are dark is a sample statistic. In the whole population, 34% of cars are dark. That's a population parameter. So there's sampling error in this case. The sampling statistic does not accurately represent the population parameter. Let's look at another example. In this case, we have a population of 100 college students. So student is the subject. The parameters are average age 21.3, average IQ 112.5, and 65% female and 35% male. So you can see in this case, each parameter relates to a single variable, the age variable, the IQ variable, and the sex variable. Then we take a sample. Sample 1 has 5 students in it, and the sample statistics are the average ages are 19.8, the average IQ is 104.6, and it's 60% female, 40% male. If we take a different sample from the 100 students, we get 5 different people. And the sample statistics for this sample are average age is 20.4, average IQ equals 114.2, and 40% are female, 60% are male. And this is where we get sampling error again, because each sample differs from the other, and they both differ from the population.